Alright, this is my build video for my sword and shield with daggers build in Throne and Liberty. Um, let's see here, we'll start off with the gear. On this um, build I'm running Darkslayer daggers and Carnix's Neverblade. I chose not to go with Lecarius's Wicked Thorns from the dungeon because I couldn't achieve these stats with that weapon. So I went with Darkslayers instead. Also, it's easier to trait Darkslayers, it's much cheaper. With the traits on the weapons, I go hit chance, crit hit chance, and heavy attack chance on both weapons. Um, my helmet I go with is Divine Justicier's Mask. You get this from Butcher's Canyon. I run Ancient Tapestry Mantle for the extra evasion. You get this from Shadow Crypt. Grip of the Executioner. Got a good amount of perception and gives you that attack speed boost that you might need. A little bit of mana regen as well is always helpful. On the gloves, I'm running ranged evasion, magic evasion, and attack speed. On the cape, I was running max health, skill damage resistance, debuff resistance. The helmet, I was running magic evasion. You can't run range evasion because this is a cloth, but I just took melee evasion anyway, and then cooldown speed. For the chest piece, I'm going with the Phantom Wolf Tunic. This you can get as a drop from Tyrant's Isle. You just have to run it a few times. On it I'm running magic and range evasion with buff duration boost. I haven't maxed the traits out yet, but evasion is a trait you want to max out before other traits with this build. Phantom Wolf breaches. So once again, you can get this from Saradoma Island, farming mobs, or from the little pouches you get from the contracts. You get a 2 set effect boost with this, a bonus to bonus damage 18. And this build has a lot of bonus damage, well, a decent amount, 46. The boots I'm running is Sabatons of the Field General. I took these because I like the stats on them, strength 6 and movement speed. 2 stats are very good. There are better boots you could run, but this is just what I'm running because this is what I got. For the jewelry, I'm running Clasp of the Conqueror. You can get this from getting the little Abyss coins from your weekly contracts. Braces of the Primal King. You get this from Cave of Destruction, I'm pretty sure. This Amber Dimensional Band, you can get it from having 1 Dimensional Salvation token. You could do that by running all the dungeons, or I think they added it into a random drop if you do random matchmaking. So it's much easier to get now, this ring. And the other ring I'm running is Eldritch Ice Band. You get this from Cursed Wasteland, or it's pretty cheap on the auction house. If you sell something else that you get from a dungeon that you don't need, you could just buy the lithograph and craft it. And I got lucky with the drop from Adentis. Probably going to be hard for me to trait this, but you can get trait unlock stones pretty easily if you do all the dungeons. You can make the little pouches that give you the unlock stones. So yeah, I've not really traded the jewelry much. I got lucky and got buff duration on Eldritch Ice Band as a drop, but everything else I haven't traded properly. I haven't gotten around to it. But if you're having a hard time trading purple, like I should have done, is instead of this Eldritch Ice Band, for example, you could use Violent Signet Ring. It gives a good amount of dex and attack speed, and it'll be much easier for you to trade it because it's blue, so it's cheaper. And it's just as good as purple gear. Obviously purple will be better, but if you're having a hard time doing it, just use a blue gear.
Is like a truck.
Now,
Berserker.
that's weird. I think somebody followed me on my stream. Okay, no, ignore that. Anyway, where was I? So, with my stat points, I'm running 50 strength, 50 dex, 50 perception, 50, 50, 50. You can sacrifice a bit of strength into dex if you want a bit more damage, or vice versa if you want it to be a bit more tanky. Now, if you want to run alternative gear that is a bit easier to get, if you aren't able to get the Phantom Wolf pieces, you can run what I was running before in my PvP videos and PvE videos. I was running Ebon Roar Greaves by here, and in the chest I was running Shock Commander's chest piece. Let me go to see alternative gear quickly. So I was running the Shock Commander plate. You do lose out on a bit of evasion, but you get melee evasion instead. um, I'll go over the stats in a second. So yeah, I was using Shock Commander plate instead. This is you can get from Salus's Abyss. And the Greaves I was running is Ebb and Roar. Ebb and Roar is a lot easier to get, and it has decent stats, damage reduction, melee evasion, and it's got dex. If you want to run blue alternative to the helmet, if you don't want to run Butcher's Canyon forever for whatever reason, you can go for a blue alternative. It's Elusive Hex Reaver's hat. This is a pretty decent blue helmet. It gives you dex and hit chance. Hit chance is always valuable on this build. I'll go over why. You need at least to be pushing 600 to be doing anything. Anything lower than that, you're kind of suffering. Even I have lower than that, and there are times where I suffer in PvP. But this is a PvE part of the build, so for now I'll just go over that. Another alternative you could run is this resistance hood. It gives you hit chance and crit hit chance. Another pair of gloves that I was using instead of the executioner gloves was these purple gloves, resistance ones, give you hit chance and magic evasion. Blue alternatives you could run, I'm not really sure to be honest, because I got those purple ones pretty early, but I'm pretty sure you could run these. They got hit chance and weaken chance. Pants you could run, blue alternative is Elusive Hex Reaver pants. They have a decent amount of evasion and still give you dex. Boots, realistically you could run any boots you want. Just try and go towards getting some purple boots. Yeah, I'm still like sort of confused about which boots I'm gonna use. I'm just sticking with these field general ones because they're pretty basic and I got them pretty early on. Yeah, other than that, there are blue alternatives you could run, but you kind of want to go for the similar stats when you're looking for blue gear. Now we'll go over the in-depth stats quickly. Won't be too long, but base damage you're running, I'll just switch them and you can take a look. So this is the daggers for your weapon effects. This is the sword and shield for your weapon effects, and you could pause it if you want to take a look. Now, in the PVE build, these are your PVE stats, remember. So, evasion is great. Melee evasion, you don't need it much because you're running the shield Q block, but the range evasion is high. Your magic evasion is very high. You're running crit hit chance is about 900 with your daggers, decent amount. You could go higher if you want to hit 60 dex. But yeah, these are the most important stats here for now. Your hit chance is high enough for PvE anyway. About 500 is enough. When you activate your passive, your evasion will be much higher. You'll be 1,700 magic evasion and 1,400 range evasion. These are very high numbers for evasion. You keep that up most of the time because of the abilities you use. Keep the perk up. I'll go over the perks now. So in the PvE build, I'm running Q block, shield Q block, just for extra health and mana. And when you use the retaliatory strike, it's a decent amount of damage too. I'm running cleaving moonlight, piercing strike, shadow strike, strategic rush, annihilation blade, thundercloud bombing, annihilation slash, lightning throw, immortal pride to heal yourself. I mostly run open world dungeons by myself, so this is a lifesaver. Thunder Spirit, Counter Barrier, and Lightning Infusion. Now, passives I'm running is Skillful Evasion, Resilient Mind. This keeps your mana up quite a lot, especially when you're fighting a lot of magic AI, or NPCs, whatever you want to call them. This increases your evasion per the amount of people close to you, so this is always good. It's a very big boost to your evasion. This increases your CC resistance, is very useful just to stop getting getting out of your chain all the time, and if day turns to night, saves you from players as well. This just pretty standard, increases your defense. Now, I run these in PvE because you want as much damage as you can get. So I'm running Assassination Instinct, Shadow Walker. This is the thing that keeps your mobility, your evasion up and keeps you alive. You have it on constantly, so you don't have to worry. Um, Increase, what is this called? Wrathful Edge and Destructive Fang. So these three of these are just to increase your DPS a bit, and lower the enemy's protections, and this is just to keep you alive. Now, the specializations I'm running on Cleaving Moonlight is, I'll just go through it quickly. I don't want the video to be too long, but it's consecutive use and Thundercloud more for it. Shadow Strike in PvE is the effect accumulation. With the Lightning Infusion, you're going with mana cost reduction and Lightning Infusion. Thundercloud Bombing, you're going with the Thundercloud Bombing. I think this is called, I don't know what it's called without it. Brutal Incision, but yeah, you turn it into Thundercloud Bombing. Thunder Spirit, you just take the Thunder Spirit, morph for its Umbral Spirit before that, I think. You go with Lightning Throw and additional hit just to get an extra bit of damage out. And that's all for daggers. Now, SNS, you're going to go with this Piercing Strike because it makes it a cone. Very useful. Just more damage, AoE, you could kill a bunch of mobs by yourself. Damage increase for Counter Barrier. Annihilating Slash, you're going to take the consecutive use, get that extra hit, and radius increase. With Immortal Pride, you're going to take health regen because this is your heal. If you're running alone, this is going to save you. It helps you in dungeons as well. And Annihilation Blade, you just going to take the top two morphs for it to turn, a Shot of Victory into Annihilation Blade for the AoE, and you're going to keep this because it boosts your damage. Now that's all the morphs for the abilities. Let's quickly get a group just so I could sort of demonstrate what it's like. Now, I don't have any sort of rotation in PvE. It's PvE, it doesn't matter. Obviously there's like an optimum one. I just pop my buffs really. Start out with Lightning Throw after I group them together. Use Strategic Rush if I need to get them closer together, and then go through my abilities most of the time. But this is a build where you don't have to worry. Like, you'll just survive even if you mess up your rotation anyway. Let's get a group of people together. Go over here. See, make sure you do your blocks so you don't die. It keeps your health up. If you're ever out of stamina and your health is going low, that's when you pop Immortal Pride. It'll keep you up, but as you can see, you barely lose any health. I could show a bit of a better example. I need more mobs. There's too many people here, but I'll go up here and group some of these guys up. Yes, I'm running Stellarite on the build. You don't need food buffs. You can run them. They always help. You should be leveling your cooking up. Any mana food will help, because that's the only problem you're ever going to have with this build. So get mana food. Get these healthy milks if you level your cooking. And just remember with these healthy milks, you got to stand still when you drink it. It'll boost your mana right back up. You can carry on farming. But let's get another group together so I can show you without any interference. In my previous PvE video I did have different gear. My grouping isn't working too well right now. Let's get some of these guys. There you go. This will be better now. Remember, if your health is getting low, you can switch to SNS. It'll give you a higher survivability because you'll be blocking. But always remember to press Q, because if you don't, you will die. Pop your, Immortal Pride in case you're getting a bit low, like I was just at, well, half HP, but it does save you. And then you do get healed quite a lot. As you can see, I'm not using my potions. I am just really messing around. This is a pretty bad example, but probably because I'm making a video. I'm just messing around, but I'm just giving you guys an example. If you ever need to, you can pop the potion if you really need to. And some random guy just came over here, but yeah, it's a very decent build. You can check my other PVE video if you want to see some more of this. Yeah, this is what I use to farm. It's very easy once you just get a few mobs together, do it properly. Not like I was doing it, but it's not hard at all. You can get a lot of tags as well with this dagger throw before anyone else. So even if you are running alone and against like a party in the same room, you probably will get the tag before them if you want to farm by yourself. Obviously, more people you have in your party, the better. This is a very good class just for getting aggro, staying alive while your teammates DPS things down, but you could do it yourself. I do it myself. It's not hard. It's a very good PvE build, in my opinion at least. I know some people take what is it called? This thing, provoking roar. I don't like it. I don't want to run it. Some people want to, they can. It is more damage, but you'll have to get rid of one of these skills. There are a number of things you can get rid of, but honestly, I run this build and I don't run Provoking Roar with Spectrum of Agony just because this allows me to respond to people in case it's nighttime and I want to farm and it's PvP. This still allows me to respond. This isn't my PvP build, but this allows me to sort of fight back a bit better. I'll go over my PvP video in the next video. But yeah, thanks for watching. If you have any questions, just leave it in the comments. And just remember to subscribe. Thank you.